welcome to Almost There with me and my bestie. Let's give them a hi. Amazing.
So, yes, for people who don't know, we are two girls from India who moved abroad to the UK to study about 4.5 years ago.
Yes.
And now we're working here. Pats on our back. Yeah. Okay.
To talk about was it worth it and how we felt, our first impressions, our culture, and how difficult it is to integrate into the local community.
And to just get a realistic picture of whether, it's the right fit for you or not. So,
Yeah.
Okay, Dia. So, how did you end up deciding that you wanted to move abroad and you wanted to study here?
Okay, so I think for me it wasn't that deep. My parents they live abroad, so I felt it's high time that I finish my 12th grade and move and be a bit closer to my family and I can travel to them. But at the same time, the education system in India, we know how it is, right? And I studied CBSE. I wanted to have a sort of different experience, learn more, understand how it works, in a different part of the world. And that was my call to explore, per se, not move, but get into it and look, and somehow we kind of just went with it. What about you?
I think I initially didn't plan on moving abroad. I was studying in Delhi University for a year, and because of COVID, they continued to say that things will continue to remain online and we won't really get university experience. And I feel like the whole point of university was to learn how to be independent, learn how to live on your own, manage your own finances, and just get a lot more exposure. And in the UK, things had opened up, classes were happening regularly in person, so I felt like it would be a better move for me to come here and continue my studying. So I decided I didn't think I could do it,
but you did. So in terms of the first few days of you moving in, let's say your first 10 days, how were they like? What were the feelings that went, in your mind?
I think when I first moved abroad, obviously, like I said, I didn't plan on doing it. I couldn't believe that I had reached here, and I was like, oh no, it's real. But I think in the beginning, you're just caught up in the novelty of all of it. You're just wrapping your head around your surroundings, new transport, new people, having to cook your own food. It was very jarring, obviously. I think coming from India with a very sheltered background to something with, free will, I think that was very new. So yeah, I think my first few days were very, very shocked, but I think I was very sad in the beginning because I was missing home and I didn't know how to. I made some good friends, so they made it easier.
Amazing.
Yeah. How was it for you?
I think my experience was different to yours. I had a blast. I enjoyed so much, especially the first term when you've just come and everyone is going for house parties, and we're drinking all time, it happens. So when I was coming in the flight, I was overwhelmed, I was scared, I didn't have friends, and other people at the same time had, they were talking on the WhatsApp group chats, they already were making plans that we're gonna meet this person that we have talked for months, and for me, absolutely no one. I had just made one friend and I went with it, but as soon as we reached, the people around me, the people I took the taxi with, we sort of just became friends. It just naturally happened, and I thought it would be so scary. And I also think Indians do have the tendency of of a very family sort of like community environment, so it helped. You just need to find your people, maybe not your people, but just people to begin with at the start, and then you get that support that you're looking for. I didn't have to navigate alone.
Yeah, I think people definitely make this whole experience easier. For me, I had a friend who was already studying here, luckily, and he helped me, figure out my groceries, figure out basic stuff that I didn't know how to deal with. So yeah, and he helped me with my suitcases, which were like 100 kilos.
So moving on, what had you thought of before coming? What shocked you or surprised you most?
I think one thing was very jarring was how individualistic everyone is and how to get used to just such a different system of, I think, on the education front in India, because I had studied in an Indian university for a bit. Teachers kind of hold your hand. It still feels like an extension of school.
Even in universities.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like you get contact hours, and it's just a lot more hand holding, I feel like. Whereas here it was just nothing. It's up to you. You want to study, you do it. You want to try out something new, you want to join a society, it's up to you. There's no teacher who's forcing you to do it. You just got to figure out for yourself, which is kind of scary, I think, in the beginning. And I think for me, I didn't have a picture in my head. I feel like whatever you know is from shows and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. What about
Makes
you?
sense. I was shocked probably is, I don't know, like what British people eat. That shocked me. What are you eating? Why are you eating aloo and cheese? It's not giving.
What took you the most getting used to then?
Food. I had to cook by myself. It was after a bit when everyone settles down and have to do their own thing. That's when it hits you the most. You need to do your own thing. And it sounds very basic, right? But if you are coming from a background, you're living, you have a life with people, you're coming here and you do everything by yourself. And we might take it for granted, but waking up, sometimes getting out of the bed, making a meal and doing the basics are overwhelming. So I think for me, it was just doing things by myself.
Yeah.
Making a meal for me. And also the curriculum. So I come from CBSE, and in university you are supposed to be working on practical reports, essays, footnotes, citations, all music to my ears. I had no clue how it works. Yes. How about you?
No, I think I fully agree with you. Just learning how to do basic things for yourself seemed like such a chore and such a task at the time, because obviously you're adjusting to a new country. Learning how to cook, learning how to navigate friendships, learning how to navigate the curriculum, which is so different from how we study back home. It was very hard to get used to that. I think we're still getting used to many parts, to show up for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your advice to people who want to make a move abroad? They're thinking of coming here, sort of do's and don'ts.
For me personally, I think you should have an idea of what you want from this experience. Are you looking for global exposure? Are you looking for independence? What is it you want to gain out of university, and what you want to gain out of moving abroad is...
What's your end goal?
What is your end goal? Do you eventually want to come back? Do you want a job here? Have that in mind before you make a decision, and also kind of map out your consequences a bit, I would say. It looks like it's all hunky-dory. When you see people living in London, living their best life, it's actually very difficult. So be very prepared that these are things you'll have to deal with as well, beyond just...
Right.
Beyond just the fun parts and getting the freedom that you want and getting to explore new cities and new countries and meeting people from all over the world, which is amazing. But yeah, it's also a very difficult endeavor.
I believe what you said makes sense. Should have a basic idea, but at the same time, it's absolutely alright to have not figured out everything you want from this experience. If you don't know, it's absolutely fine. I think most of the people don't know. Not everyone has it figured out. You come, you think this course is good, you go for it, and then you don't know what you want to do. Do you want to stay after 3 years? It's a long journey. You find out your ways around it and what you want from life while you experience it. So, not to put a lot of pressure on you, do, as she said, think of what you want from it, right?
Okay, another thing that I think would be important is being able to budget realistically. There are different costs of living, whether you're choosing a university or choosing to live in London versus the rest of the country. London is significantly higher expenditure, so you need to be aware of that. There might be high fixed upfront deposit costs, and then you're gonna have to figure out how to get a bank account, for instance. And then your groceries, it obviously differs based on your lifestyle, but I think ordering food is very expensive, so would suggest you start preparing to learn how to cook little bit, because that's where you might struggle otherwise.
Yeah, I would say groceries would come to around 100 at times at the start of
when you're figuring out.
Yeah. First year, a little bit embarrassing, but I spent £500 in I think 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah.
Happens.
That's giving me a heart attack. Yeah, I think because you don't know, and in the beginning you're converting. So yeah, I get that. Like in the beginning you're either converting or you don't have an idea at all of how it matches up, what you're supposed to be spending. It's a completely new experience.
Right.
Too. If you're setting up a bank account, try and set up an account where with a bank that is international, that spans across your country as well as the country that you want to move to. For instance, I used HSBC because it had bank branches in both places. Otherwise, it's quite a struggle when you first come to set up a bank account and you need contactless cards to pay for everything. In most places they don't accept cash, so you need to have a bank card and a contactless card. If that'll really help
as soon as you can get. And shout out to Revolut. I use Revolut. It has been a very seamless experience, not a lot of problems with it. It's all virtual, so it sets up quite quickly. Yes. And in terms of the SIM, UK SIM, I would say that if you're coming from India and you're doing a visa application from there, they do give you in the package a free SIM, and that is something that you can use. I would like to suggest is Lebara that we use, and Voxy. Works perfectly, good plan. I pay £10 a month for Lebara. It has gotten way more expensive.
So bad.
And even if you take a bus ride to and from university, for us when we were in third year in a university, it would be £6, which is
hurt the bank. For a daily basis, that's
get a bus pass. You get a university bus pass. So if you have to travel to the campus every day or where your classes are, just get a bus pass for a term. So, what to pack in your 30 kg suitcase when you're packing your life? What all are the essentials that you need?
I think I thought you have to take everything, so I took everything I possibly could, from vessels to towels to I don't even know, all kinds of things, to obviously your clothes and all that, but medicines, and I think I took everything humanly possible, and I came with 100 kilos. Don't ask why and how, but yeah, I came with 100 kilos. I brought everything with me. But what would you say are the basics?
I think in terms of what to take, you don't have to carry utensils. But in university, when you go, there are a lot of websites which the university provides. If you do a little bit of research, you can find student boxes where you get a bundle package, and even a lot of people sell second hand stuff cheaper, good quality.
When they're moving out of university,
I would say, to be fair, you don't need anything. You get everything.
You kind of do. If you're thinking of Indian food and everything else, you get it all. There are Indian stores across the country. Every city pretty much has these stores around with stuff from India.
Maybe prepare for times when you'll be alone. Making friends is harder sometimes. It's not easy. You need to be putting yourself out there. Try to be more social than you are. Get to all the fairs at the start of your term. Go and meet as many people as you would want to, and that would help you find your own people. So one big mistake that I did was just be around the group that I found at the start of the year. A lot of people do get away, and then you think this is your core group, but it's always good to know as many people and have formed that network, and vice versa.
You found me in your last year of university, so
Yes.
Best. You saved the best for last. Just put yourself out there. It's so difficult. I know. I've been there. I really struggled, but I really wish I had done more in my first year. You have so many opportunities to make friends. You work with them in group projects. You have classes with a group of people each time. So it's not like India where you have like a set class and you are with them on a daily basis and you go to class together. Here you get a new batch of people every semester with every type of class you take, and these could be people from different courses as well, so you just get a good global exposure. It seems like a lot, very difficult to make friends.
It is.
I was very scared.
It's draining.
Yeah.
Social battery dies.
Yeah, because you have the same questions. Oh, what course are you studying, which university accommodation are you staying in, all that lovely stuff. But eventually you'll find your people who are
It's
for
speed
you.
dating but friends. So, moving on, what did you wish you knew before coming? What are the things we felt throughout our journey?
I think one thing was that it will take you longer than expected to settle in. You need to have patience and time to figure it all out. You don't need to figure it all out at once. I think I wish I knew that it does get easier. Focus on the people that you make, the friends you make along the way, and then it just makes the experience a lot more lovelier.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you wish you knew?
No, I agree with you. You do feel lost at times, but do remember it's part of your journey. You're supposed to feel better soon. So, whenever you think you're losing your mind or people, it gets better. It genuinely does.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone has their own pace. You'll find what you're looking for. Your journey might not be similar to what other people are coming with because that's their own story. And you might question your decisions at times.
Yeah.
Do that, but keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
And
that's a good way to put it.
And yeah, someday you will feel that you're almost there.
Okay, lastly, let's wrap it up. How has the experience changed you, both the good and the bad parts?
The good is I feel more independent. I can do more things. I am passionate of putting myself into the rooms I did not even know existed. I love that. I love the freedom of it. And bad, I miss home.
Yeah.
I wish it was a package where I could just curate my own little world.
Yeah,
What about
I fully agree with your answer. I think the kind of independence, like I remember before I came here, I was so scared, and I couldn't even call and place a Domino's order without losing my mind. But now I speak to people on a regular basis. Everyone around me says I have flipped a switch. But I think you learn so much about yourself. I think it's a path everyone should go through if they have the means to, because it really teaches you so much about yourself, so much about the world around you, and to live by yourself, be independent, do the things that you've always wanted to do. That's when you get a chance to really grow as people, and you get to put yourself in new rooms, like you said, put yourself in places that you never knew you would get to.
True.
So yeah, so keep watching if you want to know more.